Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl, Dr. D. I am your host. Welcome to Every Little Girl Has a Story podcast, where we talk about everything healing, trauma, and social justice, especially for victims and survivors in leadership. Whether you are leading your life, whether you're leading your home, whether you're leading a business, whether you are leading a nonprofit, whether you are in philanthropy, whether you are wherever you find yourself, if you feel like you are in a position of leadership, and then this podcast is for you. And it is about your inner child. It's about the little girl within you who saw too much, who experienced too much, who went through some things that you had no control over. And this is your opportunity to take back your power and to give her voice, and so that we can lead from a place of power and resiliency and strength, and not from trauma and deficit and scarcity. So welcome to Every Little Girl Has a Story podcast. As you already know, I'm gonna be looking all over the place because I have a lot of notes and I have a lot of things that I want to share with you in a very short amount of time. I'm going to be sharing with you also my story. You know how this rolls. I give you a little bit of my story as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a Latina survivor. And we're going to talk a little bit about everything: grief, boundaries, trauma, love, heartbreak, self-care, and anything that impacts the way that survivors and victims love, live, and lead. And so, again, in honor of the upcoming Valentine's Day, today's message is about love. Everything around us right now, all the reds, all the stores, all of a sudden went from Christmas to Valentine's Day. And every conversation is about love and intimacy, falling in love, getting engaged, self-love, all the things. But today I'm going to flip it in its head just for a little bit. And we're going to talk about survivors, social justice, and red flags. We're going to talk about love and justice. As you already know, I'm a healing justice practitioner. What does that mean? I work within institutions, social services, nonprofits, especially with people in leadership who have a story about how they came into leadership, have some experiences that they need to heal in order to step into their most powerful self. In their leadership role, so that they are not out here creating harm, but actually creating a well-rounded, holistic, um, sustainable business, and wherever they go, right? And so this year has been really interesting. It feels like it's been 6 years in one. And I have already done a couple of workshops in development for organizations, and I have really found myself talking about the restoration of love. I bring in the conversation of healing with accountability to any place that I go to speak, whether I'm speaking with businesses, whether I'm speaking with other healers, creatives, whether I'm speaking to nonprofit leaders, executive directors, it doesn't matter. I'm going to bring in consistently, the conversation of woo, healing justice, and as a practice of love into organizations. And I bring that in because we think, especially when I get called into organizations, that we have interpersonal problems, that there's conflict resolution, that people are conflict avoidant, that people are harming and being harmful, that there's power over. And all of that is absolutely true. There is miscommunication. There is a lack of leadership in the organization. There's some system stuff that's happening. But mostly, love in the organization has gone out the window. Right? If I could just bring it down, there's two things that I know when I get called into an organization. One, trauma is bouncing all over the place. Two, love has gone out the window. And so love, as a practice of healing justice, is a tough conversation right now. It's tough for organizations to imagine. It's tough for businesses to um, bring it as a strategic planning tool into the space, as a sustainability tool, especially if there has been harm, if there has been power over, if there have been systemic issues that have not been addressed over time, right? And with everything going on in the world, right? The loss of funds within organizations, ICE raids, shootings, mass organizing, the defunding of everything for people of color. Right now, supervisors, leaders, co-workers, we're managing each other's triggers, right? We are managing each other's pains, our hurt, our harm, our the violence that we're witnessing is living in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits, both personally and then in the organization, because the organization is a microcosm of what's happening in the world. And so interpersonal conflict is at an all-time high right now. And it is getting harder to communicate with anyone. Conversations from the heart are becoming more of a burden than anything else. And because communication is not a function of speaking, communication is about everything that is in the background. So what does that mean? I have been actually working with organizations, with staff, with management, to manage everything that is in the background in someone's head. So all the things, I don't trust that person. People are not keeping their word. People are hurting each other. People have stories that they're already coming into organizations, collective families. You know how that rolls. In with, right? Like that happened to me over there. It's not going to happen to me here. I already went through that. I'm not going to go through that here. You don't see me. People are managing, not feeling acknowledged, burnout, because with the lack of funding means that responsibilities have to be distributed to staff that already have a lot of stuff on their plate. And people, frankly, are not, feeling acknowledged. Their work, is not being seen. And there's sometimes no spaces to even move up in the organization. And so communication is never about what people are saying to each other. It's how we listen to people. It's about the story that we have of the person that's in the background. So it's like, oh God, here comes this one. This one's always late. This one's crazy. This one gossips too much. Oh, there that one goes again, right? Here comes that client. Like, they've been here for 10 years and they still don't have it together, right? Or we gave this victim these services and then they bought their perpetrator with them. So there's a lot of noise that we have about our past experiences, things that are currently happening within our lives, and that gets bought into any place that we work and anything that we're out to create. So love as part of social justice is something that we rarely don't talk about. And yet it is the most important tool in any restorative process, in any strategic planning, in any leadership or organizational development work. In my Healing with Accountability framework, I bring in healing justice within the organization as a tool that restores love as a function of communication. And so again, I'm not telling you the truth. I'm just telling you a truth. Just try this on. So without that, right? If we are not restoring love as a function of communication, then exactly what are we restoring when we do restorative work, right? Is it possible to restore trust when the heart is not involved? Those are the questions that I have for you today. I want you to sit with that. Let's talk about it. Hit me up in, my DM, comment below. What do you think about what I'm saying? Follow me on all my platforms. And if nobody has acknowledged you today, thank you for who you are in the world. If no one has apologized to you, I will do it for them. I'm sorry. Please forgive yourself. I believe you. You didn't deserve it. It wasn't your fault. You are worthy. You are enough. And I love you. Thank you, and continue to join me in creating a global movement where we heal one little girl at a time. Bye.